Yo, so I don't mean no disrespect by what I'm about to say, but it's gonna hurt some people's feelings. It's gonna hurt some people's feelings. It's like no secret, right? I don't really like Gillie and Wallo. Not so much Wallo, just more so like Gillie annoys me, right? I'm gonna take a seat actually. So, like, I understand Wallo did hell of time in prison. Respect that. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? As someone who came from where I came from, I get that. Yeah. I respect Wallo. I can't even say this about Wallo, right? I feel like I have to do shit like this because there was a time, you know what I'm saying, sort of early in this thing here where over the names being similar, just off sound, right? I said some shit about Gully TV when talking about Gillie. So you see what I'm saying? So the other day, right, I go in my boy house, right? I go in my boy crib. And yo, we talking shit. He got the flicks on. So I'm like, yo, what's this? I was like, this animal? This some type of, this like one of the animal movies? Like, I knew it was because Ving Rhames and Jack. I said, that's Nipsey Hussle on the screen. And then what do you know? I go, yo, is that Gillie? Like, seeing his character in this movie, bro, it just clicked. I said, that's where he got his, like, tough guy act from. Was, like, practicing for that role in that movie. Like, bro, the character he plays in that movie, like, if he was really in jail, bro, that character would have got, like, people would have took him out the way early. And no, you are not beating Nipsey Hussle, no fucking fair one like that. Second of all, fair ones like that is not happening in no prison, bro. Please believe me. Bro, I was like, yo, is that where he got that from? I never knew there was a animal with Nipsey Hussle, let alone Nipsey Hussle and Gillie in the shit. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, man. What I realized, right? MGK, his little rock excursion thing, whatever the case, my wife wanted me to go with her to that shit in Madison Square Garden. I was like, I'm not doing all that. I get I look like him. It's maybe some type of novelty, bro. But unless I can get to that back end with like 40 motherfuckers with me, no, I'm not doing that. That don't need no further explanation. That's just, I just wanted to meet him with like 40 people with me. That's all. You know that an artist is kind of in some fuck shit trouble, right? Like sales-wise, when you just start seeing them put their music or like put them as an artist in just random shit. Like it's worse, I think, when you see them put as themselves in some shit that's not even no music related shit, right? So like when that animal movie I think was done with Gillie, judging how by Nipsey looked in it, that was earlier in Nipsey's career, right? However, that was at the like mid height maybe of what you could call Wallo's rap career, right? People can knock Soulja Boy all they want, and keep in mind, I'm not knocking nobody. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not saying Gillie ain't did nothing with no rap music. Okay, cool. He got signed by, you know, Cash Money Records. Birdman's cool enough to be like, look, I flopped on you, bro, but I sort of knew what it was going into it. You ain't got the Onyx look, bro. That's really all it is. You're not taken seriously. Someone like me look at Gillie and is like, it's like I could tell it's put on. Like, maybe not entirely, but he's definitely embellishing, playing a character. I'm saying he's playing a character, like, so, like, when they just be putting you in movies and shit, like, I get why Nipsey was probably in that movie because it's probably like the first big thing that would get him some type of exposure. I get that. But like Gillie was one of them where they kept trying to find a way to make it work, bro. And like, for example, right, they got the MGK songs all in the video games right now. That's another sign. So when your music is just in the video games to the point where, like, I forget what I was playing. I think it was a new WWE or something. Like, I ain't no wrestling fan, bro, but no mercy. That shit just because of like memories. That came on at 64, bro, has a special place in my heart that I'm always trying to recreate. So like, especially now that I have a kid, so I'm sitting there and I'm like noticing that like there's this like few songs, and I knew he was in the game. I don't listen to that shit. I'm sorry, bro. You got kicked out of rap music. Like, that would never happen to me. Because I wouldn't make the mistake of going and dissing Eminem to begin with. That's just, no matter what he did, I would I would do some shit to him before like it came to like me dissing him. I'm not going to engage in that type of word fuckery with that man. Hell no, because he gonna smoke me. You know what I'm saying? He gonna say some shit that gonna either put me back behind bars or whatever the case is, right? So if it was really like that, I would just do something, risk getting put behind bars, because like it's like at that point it's like I'm risking that anyways if I respond to say anything to him on the rap or anything. And that's not even like, if I remember right, MGK went on his way to start that shit. And so my point real quick, because I forgot, was like, here's the thing. If you're at that level MGK is at, right? Or you're at the level Gillie was at when he did Animal, you're not being put in that shit to have new people fucking with you. You see what I'm saying? You're being put in that shit because they can't, your music not selling. If you're an artist and you're putting, like, put it like this, them songs I heard from MGK and like Tony Hawk's and in the new WB and all that, like, once I realized I wasn't fucking with it, once my wife came in and was like, oh yeah, there's a new MGK, I'm like, no, turn this shit off. I thought this was some, see, that's what they have to do. They have to sneak it in there, right? Because then either they could pay whatever they're working with. That's why they like the 362. They could pay either I forget who made that, 2K, or they could pay Vicarious Visions. They could pay them and be like, or at the same time, they could get them to pay them to buy the songs for use in that shit. They could get money off licensing, or they can get money off they could get some type of, it's like a royalty, but it's not, and it's based on how many sales of the game there is. But that's harder to do nowadays, especially when you got like a lot of songs on the soundtrack. I'm just saying, when you're not doing that well, or when you're new, that's another time they do it, or when you're first getting somewhat mainstream exposure as an artist, you especially see it with a lot of punk bands. That's why honestly Tony Hawk's and all them skateboarding games, that shit like has kept sales and shit afloat through the wild days of peer-to-peer torrenting and piracy and all this other shit, right? That's really like what's kept new artists getting fucked with. And like some other, you see what I'm saying? So, but when you see someone like Gillie at the point I believe he was at in his career, doing shit like the Animal movie, and like I could tell because I've like watched old music videos he tried to get over, and I was like, he didn't have that. None of his raps really seemed to have that type of energy to him. So like it just clicked. I was like, bro, when he was like practicing, rehearsing, and doing this Animal movie, bro, that's when he developed how to move like this. And then he brought someone like Wallo around him to give him that validity of having someone who was in prison around him to make him look more real. Because before I went to prison, I always had motherfuckers around me who had already been there. So like me alone pulling up without that, it's scary for you. Me pulling up with that, like you giving up whatever the fuck I'm trying to get. I see why he doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I ever did something specific like that. Like I was on my own path. You feel what I'm saying? It just happened. Other people's path collided with mine. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't doing this to hate on him or nothing. But it's like, you know, I came out the gate saying something on accident, bro, about Gillie, who over the time I've come to really respect. Now, like, I feel bad about it because I'm like, Gillie ain't nothing like Gillie. I feel bad even the fact that mistaken identity, because like one letter difference, at least in terms of pronunciation, changed my whole, you see what I'm saying, what that sounded like. So I just had to put this out here, bro, because I saw that shit in whatever Animal movie that was the other day where it's where Animal dies. I don't know which one it was though. I thought there was only 2 of them. There's like way more than that though. I was like, Nipsey Hussle in this shit. God damn. And they got Gillie that would never have. He would never be whooping no Nipsey Hussle, let alone with a fight be going on that look like that behind the wall. No. Somebody is like, put it like this, it's not lasting that long, first of all. Y'all are not going to be just sitting there like exchanging blows like and then creating space. No. You're trying to knock that motherfucker out in under like 10, 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only fights I've seen where someone got knocked out and it wasn't like the CEOs pulled them off, that's what happened. Either, like, it was done in a way that was real quick and cleaned up quick, or it was like people didn't even know what happened till well after it happened. Every other time it was the COs came in, they got involved, they pulled somebody off. Usually, for whatever reason, this is when I really started seeing how like prison was probably run by the Klan, was like there'd be like, say, like a black dude and a Spanish dude, or like a black dude and a white dude that's fighting, right? And the COs a lot of times, they like pull the, like I see them literally pull the Spanish dude out off the dude. That's my boy YS, right? And then my boy BK is big ass black dude, like the only dude taller than me in the dorm. But me and him was cool as shit. We was cooler than me and my YS was, right? They literally pulled YS, who was getting his ass whooped, off gently, sat him down. And like BK, keep in mind, like got off YS when he see the COs was coming. And the CO waited a good minute before he hit the code. He was watching it happen and didn't hit the code for like 30 seconds. BK's whooping the shit. Yo, he's slamming this kid in the bunks and shit. So it's like, I don't mean no disrespect to nobody who was involved in that. But like this, yeah, then the moment he dropped him, right, then the COs run in. So everything's over and the CO just slammed the black dude. And I seen them do this with other people I didn't know up in there. So like, yeah, a lot of them COs is like, yeah, they with that racist bullshit, you know, and like just the bond system, you start seeing that, you be like, damn, I'm sitting for all these crazy felony charges, and my bond's under 10K as of right now, and this kid with a misdemeanor, it's like he was my bunkie and Wedley, this kid Devontae, bro, literally a juvenile, bro. He's a juvenile. He's half Dominican, half black. Is either half Dominican, half black, or half Puerto Rican, half black. But yeah, he had done some shit where he broke a window. And he's born like 18K. Shit was crazy to me, bro, because I knew if I did that shit, cause I've gotten breach of peace charges before, usually accompanied with assault charges. They would have me in and out for 2K or less for that, if I ain't have nothing else going on. But yeah, like any fight is not going to last like that. I could tell just watching that fucking movie. That's where he got that tough guy act from, bro. I really saw. I was like, yo, so this is where he started acting like that because of these, yo.